Anyway, that's that. Now Lynn is going to go through a review of the Summit League. Unfortunately, the Summit League Record Secretary, Nick Newey, normally joins us. It's his birthday today, so if you're listening, Nick, happy birthday, and Lynn will do your monthly review.
It'd be a bit sad if he's listening to this show on his birthday, though, isn't it? I don't think I'd be on mine. But thanks very much, Alan, for coming along and joining us. And it's great to have your company, as is always. Just looking at the Premier League at the moment, obviously captain of St George's, you must be delighted, obviously, that your team is sitting top and really probably have done for most of the season up to now.
Yeah, well, we are pleased. We've got a good 8 players who pretty well know most of the greens, and a lot of the players out of this league don't know our green so well, but over the years now they probably will get into it. We started the season against Boldmere, never seen our green. We battered them at home. I think we had all 6 winners, and then we went to their green. None of us had ever seen it. I think I played football on the football pitch next to it many years ago, and we actually went and won there. Fantastic performance by Peter Farmer against Johnny Evans, absolutely outstanding. And then I remember the end of the game, Spencer and myself just hung in, and I think we won the Chalks by 3 or 4, something like that. And again, the away wins is fantastic, which because it is such a tight league.
Yeah, I mean, as you rightly say, there's 4 teams sort of all, with one away win at the moment. Yourselves, but your aggregate, far superior at plus 109. M&B Chesley and Haynes second place with an aggregate of 30. The Greville and then Tamworth all having played 8, won 5, lost 3. So if it goes to aggregate, then again St George's must really sort of have the advantage with the significant aggregate that you've got there.
Yeah. I've said, well, a lot of the players like M&B, and ironically we've got M&B tomorrow up at St George's. I think that'll be, we're always quite confident at home, but I think that'll be quite a close game. There's a lot of their players now, obviously Craig will be coming back with I would think, and some of their other players now who are playing in the Shropshire Premier League are obviously seeing the green more now, Paul Evans and co. And a few of their other players, quality players, Steve Davis, he'll come and give somebody a good game on St George's. So, all to play for.
Yeah, and it is such a superior green, isn't it, St George's? It's got everything in it, and as you mentioned earlier, Chasmore were there a couple of weeks ago, it is such a hard place to go to. You're playing top quality players on their own green, and it's very, very difficult. But you're cracking obviously side and proving you're doing very well with the position that you're standing. Just looking further down the table here, obviously ourselves, Chasmore, the holders, we've playing 8, won 4, lost 4, still trying to find that away win, which is extremely difficult in a league that is just so tough standard wise. As we mentioned earlier about the point system, it's it is obviously a topic for debate, but we're sort of sitting in 5th, still trying to find that away win. And looking just down the bottom of the table, the 2 promoted teams currently sort of in the relegation zone, being Dudley Dell and Boldmere. Is that a surprise, Alan, do you think? Or what you expect?
Yeah, I think the teams coming up, they're now realising what a very, very difficult league it is. It's like playing a county match every Monday. And a lot of the players now have got to know each other. But, you go to places, dare say, like to the Greville, and you end up playing at Bracken on his own green. You're really going to have to play well to beat these players. And this is why I think, I've been quite open about the point system, that, I, for one, will certainly be putting forward to try and get it changed. And maybe it should be a point per man for your win. And maybe like the Manchester League, that you get 1.5 points on an away green, because it is so difficult to go and win on away greens.
Yeah. I mean, Jim just put a note on, and he's absolutely right, and I've said the same since the league started. arguably it's harder than a county match because you're actually playing top quality players on their own green.
Yeah.
That they're on night after night, week in, week out. You know, so it's harder than a county match, really.
Yes, it is very much so. It is. But just back to those teams down the bottom. You know, we spoke of the lads at Boldmere, and they fully expected to be struggling this year. Dudley Dell. I'm not too sure about Dudley Dell. I mean, it's a difficult green. They've got some good players, and it's a little bit early to say yet. You know, it's sort of how the fixtures fell. You know, we went to Boldmere and we thought we've got an away win, but it looks like other teams might go there and do the same thing. And I think didn't Tamworth go and win there as well?
They did.
Well, obviously they know the green well, which I think that was quite unexpected at the time. But that sort of thrown them well up the league, and that's where I think maybe this point system falls down a little bit because it does make the league so very, very tight. And the other thing is, you know, you could have 2 or 3 people left on the green with almost nothing to play for when you know the aggregate's gone, where you want something for your personal win. Right, I'm not going to say any more about that now.
Yeah, well, we know obviously what certainly what St George's views are, and like Mel, you know, I'm on the committee and obviously have my own views on it, but you know, we do want clubs obviously to put the proposals forward, and obviously it's down to the clubs at the meetings to decide on rule changes. Just looking at Division 1, I mean, sitting as say top at the moment is Windmill, one of the original teams that joined the league, and they got relegated. They've played 8, won 6, lost 2, with an almighty aggregate of 261. And they've picked up 2 away wins, relegated from the Premier League in 2008. And obviously looking to get back in, and at the moment on course to do so.
Yeah, I think the Windmill absolutely, as everyone knows, an outstanding home green. But I suppose in the Premier League there was a lot of those teams who knew the green so well. They've got a few good players. The Windmill will have Dave Wright, Glyn Store and co. You know, so they've still got some quality players. But in that division, most of those teams will not know their green, and they will definitely struggle on that green, especially as you get into summer and it gets quicker, because it can get quite freaky. So I think you'd expect the Windmill to push to come back up again, I would think.
Yeah, and looking at the rest of the league table as it stands, very very close behind them is Woodfield A, again another side that, you know, surprisingly were relegated out of the Premier League, again just showing how tough the standard is. But joining the Windmill, looking at obviously hoping to get back into the Premier League at the first attempt this year. The other teams, West Brom supporters, Moseley, West Brom Labour, just picking up on your point, would never have seen probably either green before the Windmill or Woodfield. So I think the league table actually sort of shows that, what you were just saying.
And looking at one of those teams there, Moseley, I mean, we'd never seen that green last year. I think 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 of their players playing for Warwick and Worcester, a very, very good team, and they sort of failed last year. It was quite remarkable for quality players, and teams were going there and actually winning. And obviously they're mid-table now, but it's still early days. I think they might be pushing to come back up again next year.
Yeah.
Quality team.
Yeah, absolutely.